Hey guys, Josh from soccerreviewsforyou.com bringing you my review plus on-feet video of the Nike KD5s. So as you can see, it comes in your orange Nike Performance box. I'll give you a quick look at the label. The pair I have here is a size 9 US. The colorway is Atomic Teal, Volt, Dark Atomic Teal, and Fiberglass. There is no suggested retail on the box, but in the US it would normally be $115. So I'll get the shoes out of the box really quickly. This is the Hulk colorway of the KD5. It was released a little while ago. I just recently bought them. They have them in store, a couple pairs left in my size at retail price. I really like the look of the shoe in person. It wasn't something that I was planning to get, but after I saw the shoe in person, saw the color of that atomic green on the upper, it's something that I definitely had to pick up. Really big fan of how the shoe looks. I know a lot of people don't really like the look of the KD5. It has a very kind of performance-oriented styling about it. Not necessarily the best for casual wear according to a lot of people. But personally, I really like the look of the shoe and really happy that I was able to get a pair at retail price. Now, as far as the colors themselves go, you do have that atomic teal that has almost a little bit of a reflective, almost metallic finish about it. In person, very, very cool. You have the same atomic teal on the tongue, which is more of like a mesh nylon-like material. You do have your dark atomic green, which is this kind of dark green color on the laces, the heel liner, and of course the entire outsole, as well as the heel counter on the back. That has kind of like a Volt speckling on it as well, if you guys can see that. It's not a very heavy speckling, but it definitely does look very, very cool in my opinion. I'm always a fan of speckling on the midsole. You have a little bit of dark atomic on the instep here, where you can see some of the mesh is exposed on the fuse upper, as well as a little bit on the outside. And then you do have your Volt accents in the Nike swoosh on both the outside of the shoe as well as at the toe. And then of course the one little lace pleat, little lace, I don't even know what you would call it, the lace loop right here at the bottom is in that Volt color as well, along with the KD logo right there on the tongue. As you can see, it's actually plastic. It has a little bit of like a detail on there to match the rest of the pattern you're going to find on the outsole. And then of course you do have your air unit right there in Volt, as you guys can see. And then the outsole itself is in that fiberglass color. It's almost like an off-white. It has a slightly greenish tinge about it, almost maybe even a grayish tinge. It's kind of difficult to say what color it actually is, but it is kind of like an off-white and definitely looks pretty cool against the bright atomic green upper. Now again, they're calling this the Hulk colorway. I'm not sure why. Obviously it does have that atomic green. I think they should have included some purple if they were going to call it a Hulk colorway, but I don't know if that's what everyone's call it. That's what I'll call it too. As far as the shoe itself goes, it does feature pretty much an entire fuse upper, as you can see. It's a combination of mesh and basically plastic that is fused together to create the material of the upper. You have your lacing system going right down the middle. Has kind of a very aggressive cut about it with these two kind of wings right there at the top. The tongue itself is only partly kind of separated. It's almost attached right here for the bottom three lace holes, so it's kind of unusual. You don't really have to tie them up too tight to walk around in them casually. I know a lot of people don't like the feel of when the shoes are so loose and you can't really walk around in them unless you tie them up. That's not something that you really have issues with in the KD5. At least I don't have that issue. And the sizing is a little bit weird, which we'll talk about later in the video. You do have your midsole with the kind of heel counter made out of foam there. You got your 35 star logo right there on the back, which is kind of a cool little detail. The foam heel counter isn't something that I was personally a big fan of at first, but it definitely has grown on me, and I think it looks pretty good on this particular colorway, mainly because it just flows really well with the midsole. And I think that the midsole and upper colors kind of match and kind of contrast each other really, really well. The air unit is always cool. Apparently there is some kind of zoom unit here in the forefoot, I would believe. That's why you do have your Nike Zoom logo right there on the side of the midsole. You do also have Kevin Durant's signature right there at the toe. And then on the bottom, you do have your storytelling traction pattern. There's all kinds of little details in there, if you guys can see that. I'm not going to go over it. I don't really know too much about what they all mean. There's names, there's numbers, there's little kind of phrases in there. It's all kind of cool. Nice little detail. You do have your KD logo right there as well. And overall, just a really good looking shoe in my opinion. So that's pretty much it as far as the unboxing portion of the video goes. Then move on to a quick on feet so you can get a better idea as to how these shoes look. Alright, here's a look at the KD5s on feet while wearing a pair of shorts. I think it's pretty safe to say that these have a very modern, somewhat unusual look about them, which is why a lot of people are not big fans of these shoes to wear casually. But personally, I like the look and especially the feel of the KD5s. As far as sizing goes, it is a little bit unusual with the KD5s. For those of you guys that saw my KD5 Christmas unboxing or review video, I had a size 10 in that shoe, and that was prior to ever trying on a pair of KD5s. Normally I go with a 9.5, but if I have to, I'll go with a 10, and in that case I had to go with a 10, and they fit okay. They felt a little bit long in my opinion, but after trying the shoes on, personally I like to have a little bit of a tighter fit with my shoes, so I went down to a size 9 as opposed to my usual size 9.5, and the fit is pretty much perfect if you are looking for that tighter feel. If you're not, I would recommend going true to size, but for the most part, I just really like the feel of going a half size down and just having the shoe fit really, really well. As far as comfort goes, they're very, very comfortable shoes. You do have that zoom unit in the forefoot, which you actually can feel, and of course it does have that 180 air unit in the heel that provides some really good cushioning, as well as looks really, really cool. So that's pretty much it as far as what they look like with a pair of shorts, and move on next to what they look like with a pair of pants. Alright, here's a look at the KD5s on feet while wearing a pair of pants. Again, this is one of those shoes you can wear with jeans, you can wear them with sweatpants, whatever you want, and I personally think they're going to look good. They do have that modern styling about them that's not for everybody, but if it's your thing, then they're definitely wearable with pretty much whatever you want. So I'll give you guys a quick 360 of the shoes themselves, and I'll leave you to my final thoughts. Alright guys, that's it for my review of the Nike KD5s in the Hulk colorway. Really big fan of how this shoe looks and also how it feels. It's extremely comfortable and overall just a really nice looking shoe in my opinion. If you guys are looking to order a pair for yourself, I will leave buy it now links on the review page of my website, which you can find linked down below in the description to any of the currently available KD5 colorways. Unfortunately, the Hulk colorway that I have here is pretty much sold out everywhere. Your best bet to get a pair is going to be on eBay, but beware, you might end up paying over retail to get yourself a pair in this colorway. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to support it with a like. Subscribe if you haven't already. All of my social media links can be found down below in the description. And other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. And as always, thanks for watching.